Hello friends, Iceberg at Dillon Brothers Motorsports, and today I am beyond excited to bring you the walkthrough of the all-new 2022 Indian FTR S. As I said, I am beyond thrilled to be doing this walkthrough on this 2022 FTR S. We just got this motorcycle in on the floor and it is beautiful. We of course are going to start with the engine on this motorcycle, where you have the 73 cubic inch 1203 cc liquid cooled V twin. This is an incredible engine on this motorcycle. Fully loaded, ready to go down the road. This motorcycle comes in at 547 pounds. So you have that powerful 1203 cc engine on here that is boasting 87 foot-pounds of torque with 120 horse on this motorcycle. That is correct, 120 horse on this 547 pound motorcycle. If you can't have fun on this bike, check your pulse because you may be dead. Let's talk about all the killer features that come on this motorcycle that are absolutely standard right out of the box. First and foremost, you have the lean angle control. You have the cornering ABS control. That's a preload on there. Really gonna just activate and help you out when you're coming into those corners hot. Love that feature on it. You get 3 ride modes on this motorcycle. You're getting rain, standard, and sport on here. Of course, your rain is gonna give you a higher level of traction. Your standard is just going to be your cruising around town, commuting back and forth to work, and of course your sport is going to be full tilt boogie on this motorcycle. Speaking of full tilt boogie, this motorcycle has wheelie control. Let me say that again. Wheelie control that you can turn on and off. If you want to lift that front end up and go for a one-wheel ride, you can do that on this bike. It does also come standard with traction control, which you can turn on and off depending on how you want to ride. The suspension on this motorcycle is fantastic. It is fully adjustable for rider weight, how you want to ride the motorcycle. If you like getting aggressive in the corners, you can adjust that suspension to exactly how you want to ride on this bike. And then of course, moving up from that and talking about, you do get the full ride command on this motorcycle. That usually only comes on the larger touring motorcycles. Yes, you don't get the full 7-inch screen, but you're getting a 4-inch screen with the full ride command on here. So you can absolutely go in, Bluetooth your phone, get all of your gadgets and doodads hooked up to this motorcycle. This is also going to give you all your information about your bike on this as well. The ride command is definitely one of the most intuitive systems I've ever seen on a motorcycle. I do plan on doing a full ride command video, walking through each step, showing you how you can do everything on these bikes. And yes, of course, it does also have full navigation on here. Continuing on and talking about getting aggressive on this FTR S, you have the matching 17-inch Metzeler Sportec tires on here. You get that all cast black aluminum rim with that beautiful red pinstriping running across on both tires. Just adds a nice accent to the motorcycle. Speaking of accents, let's move up to this gas tank here, where you're getting the 3.5 gallon gas tank. This is going to be the white smoke color. As you can see, love that white on there, and then that black inlay with the Indian logo, and then having that nice accent of that red pinstriping to kind of play off the tires, tying everything together on this bike. You're going to average a little over 50 miles to the gallon on this motorcycle, so you are going to get a ton of riding time on this bike before having to hit the pumps. Another incredible feature standard on this FTR S is going to be that Acropovic exhaust. This exhaust sounds fantastic on this motorcycle and is perfectly matched and tuned with that liquid-cooled engine. That's another point that I'd like to touch on once again, the liquid-cooled engine. So important in towns like where I live in. We're in Omaha, Nebraska. In those summer times, it gets very hot and very humid, and we have a lot of stop-and-go traffic. For those of you who are going to get this bike and use it and commute back and forth to work, having that liquid-cooled is going to keep that engine very nice and cool on you and not having that heat rise up to the rider. Speaking of the rider, let's move to the seat on here, where you can also see that this is straight up out of the crate, a 2-up riding motorcycle. You do have the passenger pegs on here and a very nice 2-up seat. This is going to be a taller seat on here, so this bike definitely is not necessarily for the shorter rider, and you're not really going to be able to drop the suspension down too much to lower this bike that much. But I would say if you're at least 5'8" to 5'9", you're going to fit on this bike perfect. You're going to have that nice upright seating position, arms down, good bend in the elbow. You have the nice mid controls on this motorcycle as well, which really help with that distribution of weight. Excuse me, stammering a little bit. Caffeine hasn't fully kicked in, my friends. It's all right. But the handling on this motorcycle is absolutely jaw-dropping. I was able to take it out for a very, very quick rip here before the rainstorms came in, and I can tell you, I very much like getting after it in the corners, and this bike put a huge smile on my face while doing that. I've got to tell you, I work at a dealership that is a multi-line. We have Harleys, we have Indians, we have Hondas, we have Kawasaki's, we have everything, including a partridge in a pear tree, whatever the hell that means. But I can tell you that I am extremely excited about what Indian has been doing with their motorcycles, and this FTR S is no exception. I love everything about this motorcycle, and if you are someone who wants pure style, aggressive riding, getting after it in corners, and all the safety features you could possibly want packed into a motorcycle, this is a bike you should look into. And if you are local in Omaha, Nebraska, and would like to see this FTR S up close and in person, please stop out at Dillon Brothers Motorsports today. The Indian section is located on the upper floor of the showroom. Come talk to any of our sales staff. They are all happy to help you out. And as always, from the entire Dillon Brothers Motorsports family, thank you so much for checking out our videos. And always remember, gear up, ride safe. Thanks a lot.